We are going to learn how to take screenshots and then upload those to Flickr, then embed them into our blog. Here we go. So first off, the end result is we're creating an About Me page that's going to have a Wordle document on the top with keywords that help represent who we are, what we want to last in people's memories when they think about us, and we'll be creative with that. An avatar, and in this case I use my real picture. For adult people, no problem, but for any high school age people, I prefer you use some avatar that you create and have some fun with that, but not your real image. And then we have text that explains where we came from with our skills, where we are currently and how we learn in our skills, and then where we're headed. So some kind of goal that's set and established that's smart, that's specific, it's measurable, attainable, and so on. So I took screenshots and put them on my desktop, and the screenshot process on the Mac is Command-Shift-4. They end up on the desktop, and you'll notice that I changed the name. On the Mac, it names it Screenshot and it has the date and time, all part of the title. We want to change that so it's easier to manage the files. So I click once on the text, I then wait a second, click a second time, the text gets highlighted, and then I can change the name. So I've retitled both my screenshots so they're ready for upload. Then the next thing I do is I go to Flickr and I want to create an account. I'm not highlighting that in this tutorial, but you can see that I've created an account, I'm logged in. What I want to do once I've created an account is I click Upload. And we wait, I choose Photos, Videos, and I come over here and I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click on both of them. By holding down Shift, it allows me to select more than one. I click Open, and it begins the process of uploading them. As soon as I see these, I can add tags, I can add descriptions, I can do other things if I want. I don't really care about doing this at this point, and I just want them to be on my account. But I click Upload to Files in the top corner here. Upload to photo stream, sure. Public, sure. I could make them private, but in this case I want them public because I'm embedding them in my blog. If they're not public, they won't show up. I watch the pink bar, and then, yay, there they are. Now, what I can do is I can see that I have different images on my account. If I click on the picture, and I click on the three little buttons in the bottom right-hand corner, whoa, there we go, I want to view all sizes. This allows me to pick the right size, in this case for my blog post. Now our blog posts are not that wide. They are probably 500 pixels to maybe 600 wide or smaller. And so I want to pick the right size one. In this case, I'm going to go with, say, 500. Then what I do is I right-click on the image if I have a double-clicking mouse, or I hold down the Control key and I click, and I get a menu option that pops up here. And the menu on Google Chrome says Save Image As, or Copy Image URL. I want the Copy Image URL. So I click on that, and I now copy the address to this photo. Now I go over to my blog, and I'm going to create my About Me page. By clicking over here under Pages, I'll click Add New. And I'm going to title it About Me. And if I already have text or things in here, that's fine, but right now I don't. So I'm going to paste my image in here, but here's what I do. I click Add Media, and the trick is to do it from URL. This is Universal Resource Locator. It's web addresses. That's the fancy word or acronym for it. So I click on this, and what I paste here, I'm using Command V as in Victor. I could also right-click. Here, let me do this again from a different approach. If I right-click with my mouse, I can paste. And if I don't have a double-clicking mouse, I can hold down Control and click here, and I can paste. So a number of ways to do that. And I can see that it's here, and then I click Insert into Page. And there it is. It's in my page. Now, if I scroll down my page a little bit, I can see that the cursor is over on the far right side. If I hit Enter, you can see that down below here, I could then start typing my text. And let's pretend like I'm typing text. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some of the text off of my page over here. And I'm going to copy this just to have some text. And now what I want to do is I want to put my avatar in here. Now I'm going to put my avatar over on the side, like maybe over here or maybe over here, or over to the left or right. And I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to put the cursor in front of my S because I want the avatar to show up on this line somewhere. So what I do is I click on Add Media again. Oh, you know what I forgot? I have to get the address. So let's go back to Flickr. And I'm going to click the back button a couple times to get back to where I can see my most recent uploads. And I clicked it 3 times. And I'll click on this one. And again, I click on the 3 buttons in the bottom corner. And I click on that, and I'm going to view all sizes. Now this image is much smaller, so I'm going to probably go with the largest one I have, which is the original is that. That's the same size as this. So actually at this point I could just right click on this or control click on it, copy image URL. Now I'm ready to insert it, so I make sure the cursor's here, and I click add media, and I'm going to paste in the address, and there it is. I click insert into page. Now check this out. I have these 2 options. This will delete the picture. This will allow me to move the picture wherever I want. And so I can say, ooh, I want it on the right. Let's take a look at that. Let's update. And now it's over on the right. That's kind of cool. I could leave it there. I can also move it over to do none, or I could do left, and look at how the text wraps around. The left with the text wrap is pretty neat. I'm going to show you one other option that's really, really handy. I can, with the left here, I can add on under advanced settings, I can add space, like a buffer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a buffer of, say, 10 pixels. And what you're seeing here is a space so the text doesn't go right up against it. And that's, I think, looks a little bit better. So I recommend doing that. 10 or so pixels for vertical or horizontal space. And then we click update, and we can see that now there's a gap in between, and that looks a little more professional. So I'd recommend that. Then we publish, and we're going to take a look at this and see what it looks like. And to do that, we simply click the Preview Changes button, and it shows us what the real world sees when they come to look at our About Me page. And I scroll down, you can see my Wordle art, I see my text, and I see my picture. Or in your case, the avatar. And that is how we save our screenshots, upload them to Flickr, get the proper URL or address, and then paste them into our Google or our EduBlogs page or any post that we make in EduBlogs. We embed them in through the URL process.